Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums, where we bring you all the exciting action of the Jaguar football program. It's brought to you by Coca-Cola, the Louisiana Lottery, Communities of Color Network, Tobacco-Free Living, The Grind Inside Quarters, and Jerry Lane Chevrolet.
Welcome back for another exciting episode of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Catch us every Monday here at The Grind, located on the corner of Sherwood Forest and Coursey Boulevard, connected right next to Quarters. Great food, great time, great fun. Definitely bring out your family and come check out the show on Mondays, typically around 11, 12 to 1 o'clock. Hang out with Coach Odums, grab some food, bring the family, and have some fun. Coach had a bye week last week, had an opportunity to be able to send your 9 seniors off during the recruiting trail. How was recruiting, and what are some of those areas to kind of fill that void for next year's team?
Well, you're right. You know, coming off senior day into the bye week, it was just great to be able to send those guys off with a win. Get into some recruiting, really just trying to finalize our board, identify what we're looking for, and just really rank those guys. But you're right, the recruiting week was much needed. The bye week, we was able to work on some fundamentals, but we're excited about this week and getting ready for the Bayou Classic.
Now, when you talk about this team and looking at next season, this team has a lot of young guys coming back, returning. What are some of those key areas for this team to try to fill in terms of those position players?
Well, you're right. We got a lot of returning players, but the biggest thing is just making sure that we feel the needs that probably get us an explosive wide receiver, may look at a running back, may look at a quarterback, may look at, you know, some defensive guys that we got to fill some holes in. When you talk about that, we're talking about the cornerback position. We lose 2 seniors there. But for the most part, a lot of our players are coming back. So we're just going to try to plug in some holes with some explosive players. Maybe we look at some transfers or some JUCO guys. But the future looks bright. We got a good football team coming back.
Now, for a lot of people, they always use this notion of Southern doesn't really recruit in-state or recruit around the Baton Rouge area. You know, how hard is it and difficult it is to try to get those kids to try to stay in this area? And I know you use that gas tank philosophy of trying to recruit guys within a tank of gas in the state.
Well, the biggest thing is just continue to put a product out there that everybody can be appreciative of. I think when people look at our program, they see consistency, they see our guys graduating, they see our guys being productive on the gridiron, guys getting opportunity to go into the NFL. We just keep knocking on doors. I just think we get the right guys that fit our program. It may not necessarily be the best player on the block, but we're about growing guys and getting guys to develop to become what we need them to become in order to be successful. When you think about the Baton Rouge and Louisiana area, you're right, it's a gas tank philosophy. Knock on every high school door in the state of Louisiana and try to lure those young men to Southern University.
Now, I know one thing you can say for sure. You really do recruit Louisiana guys, because when you go back and you look at Danny Johnson, you look at Dre Joseph, you look at Lenard Tiller and Austin Howard, all of those guys were big playmakers for you, so they were Louisiana guys.
Well, exactly. You know, when you talk about the all-time leading passer, he's a product of Louisiana. And then when you look at our all-time leading rusher, he's a product of Louisiana as well. So those are local guys that came in to work hard and did a great job for us. The biggest thing is just making sure we continue to lure that great Louisiana talent to Southern University. And when you do that, you got a chance to continue to be successful.
It's always tough when you try to recruit a guy, and when you look at the weekend like Grambling coming up, how hard is it to recruit against those same in-state teams like a Grambling and Alcorn, and even Alcorn being within 30 minutes of Southern University?
Well, the biggest thing is just making sure that you sell Southern University and you make sure that you look for young men that want to be at Southern. I think that's why we've been so successful. The guys that we recruit want to be at Southern. I think it's a rat race. But I think at the end of the day, a prospect know what school they want to go to. So you got to get into their homes, you got to get into their minds, and you got to sell the good things about Southern University. It's a people-friendly university. We got excellent degree programs. We got an exciting football program. We got great people that make this a great university. And when you put all that together, you get a great recipe for success.
APR behind us. Now you're talking about getting scholarships back. How beneficial and crucial is that now to the program moving forward in terms of recruiting also?
Well, you're right. In 2019, we'll be back fully funded at scholarships. We've been at 58 for the last 3 years and still been able to produce a winner, not having all the pieces of the puzzle. And I don't think people really look at that, but that's a tremendous loss when you look at 5 scholarships for 3 years over a 3-year period, meaning we lost 15 scholarships that we don't have in our program, but yet still in 2018, we come down to the Bayou Classic with a chance to go to a SWAC championship. Take my hat off to the players that we have, the coaches and administration. We just control the things that we can, and when you do that, you got a chance to be successful, and that's what our focus go into.
Recruiting talk, stay tuned. We're about to take a commercial break, but hey, it's the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
This holiday season, Powerball is putting in extra hours to give you a special holiday bonus. Purchase any Powerball with PowerPlay ticket for entry into weekly cash drawings to win your share of $300,000. Play Powerball with PowerPlay and get your holiday bonus.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Are you looking for some great food and to have a great time? Well, come eat, drink, play, and win at Quarters. We've got $7.99 lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or you can kick back after work with happy hour from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then reverse happy hour from 9 p.m. to closing. Bowl, play laser tag and arcade games and eat some of the best food in Baton Rouge 7 days a week. Only at Quarters.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums here at The Grind, located on the corner of Sherwood Forest and Coursey Boulevard. Coach, Bayou Classic Week, this is the week everybody looks forward to, whether you're a Grambling Tiger or a Southern University Jaguar. Last year's game was one of those nail-biters where fans were on the edge of their seats. Kind of give us a recap of how that game went and some of the things that you learned from that team and that game from last season.
Well, the biggest thing is that, you had to fight your way back in the football game, and tremendous effort on both sides. 5 minutes and 2 seconds to go in that football game. We took the lead, and we didn't keep our composure, lost our focus on kickoff. You kick the ball off, they get a big return, 3rd down conversion. Next thing you know, they're in the end zone, but you still got a chance. You get the ball, 1 possession football game, come back, you cause fumble. Next thing you know, they get another chance to score. All of a sudden, they scored 10 points in that 5 minutes and 2 seconds when you had the chance to put a team away and don't do it. So I think that's the growing process. I think a lot of our guys learned from that. It was a tough loss for us, but I think at the end of the day, you grow from that. You learn from your pain, and if you continue to improve and learn from it, then you got a chance to rectify it in the future.
Grambling without Devontae Kincaid and Martez Carter, both of those guys were big playmakers on the offensive side for Grambling last year. What does it mean now you see this Grambling team still kind of struggling, trying to find his identity at the quarterback position, playing Alden Clark and Jeremy Higbottom? What have you seen from this team this year as they've kind of had their ups and downs with a loss to Prairie View and as well as to Alcorn so far?
Well, it looks like Higbottom is selling in as the leader of that offense, and they've won 3 games in a row, so they're figuring it out. Defensively, they're very talented. They do a great job with their front 6, which allow that secondary to really play a lot of man coverage. This is going to be a chess match, but it's going to come down to which defense is going to play the best and which offense is going to play the best and which special teams is going to help improve in all those areas. But I think at the end of the day, you got to keep your composure. You got to play with great effort, and that's one thing we've been doing since the Alcorn game is just playing with such unbelievable effort. And if you do that, You don't need no motivation in this one. This is Southern versus Grambling, and it don't get any better in our conference.
You talk about the Bayou Classic. What has been some of that experience that you've had with that electrifying atmosphere? You're talking about 60, 70,000 plus people in the Louisiana Superdome, hundreds of thousands coming from all over the world to New Orleans. What has been some of your best experiences and moments in that game?
Well, I mean, I look at it as runs. We won in 2012, 2013, and 2014. They won in 15, 16, and 17. So, you know, it's time for us to put it together and give ourselves an opportunity in 18. But I think the biggest thing is just the experience you have is just being able to keep your composure and just understand that you can't be too excited, you can't be too low. This got to be an even keel, and the game ain't won in warm-ups. It's not won on social media. The game is played out between the lines, and as coaches and players, we got to have that kind of focus and pay attention to detail, and if we do that, everything else will take care of itself.
What do you talk to your players going into a game? It's typically on FCS level, there's no other game with a crowd and an atmosphere like this. What do you do to kind of get your players in sync and get them ready to be able to play in front of a crowd and a national audience on NBC?
Well, you just want to make sure it's about attention to detail. Make sure your substitutions are correct. Make sure all guys are locked in all the time during the game. No matter whether we're down, no matter if we're up, you got to be locked in. We talk about 4 factors, 4 key components to being a great team in the midst of all the adversity and an electrifying atmosphere. And that's really what it's all about. You talk about giving great effort. You talk about attention to detail, stay locked in, and be all in. And when you do that, I think we got a chance to be successful in any kind of environment.
You and Coach Fobbs ever have any type of end of the game discussions, and typically what are those discussions like?
Well, most of it is like congratulations to whoever win, wish you the best, and she go ahead and win it and bring it home. I got much respect for Fobbs. I think he just like me, you know, he took over a program that was in shambles, and you were placed with the opportunity to write a story that only was meant for your life, and to be able to resurrect programs from literally the graveyard and be able to get them to a position where they're winning consistently, playing for championships consistently, is a test for not only him but also for myself. And I think we're both very appreciative to the opportunity, and I take my hat off to his accomplishments, and I know he's sending the same blessings to me. And I think that's what makes this a great rivalry. I think it's 2 great coaches, 2 great programs, 2 great institutions going head to head in a national environment to be able to sell both institutions to the world.
No game like the Bayou Classic. Let's get ready to take a break. Stay tuned. It's the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, every week we have to do the Alpha Media Players of the Week. Give us our Players of the Week this week.
Well, offensively, you know, we're coming off the bye week, but I really think when you look at the success of our offense, you got to talk about our center, Jalen Brinson. Defensively, when you talk about where we've been, Calvin Lunkins has been one of those guys that stand out. In special teams, I think our punt has been outstanding. That's Cesar Barajas. Those are Alpha Media Players of the Week.
Now, Todd had an opportunity to catch up with some of the Jaguar football players this week. Devon Ben, Kendall Catalone, Kelly Carter, and Montavious Gaines. Let's send it to Todd and those player interviews.
I'm here with Kendall Catalone, sophomore wide receiver for the Jaguars, and Devon Ben, sophomore running back for the Jaguars, two of the biggest offensive output producers this year in the 2018 season. And of course, the Jaguar Nation wants to know a few things. And the first thing we want to ask both of these gentlemen, playing wide receiver, playing running back, important positions in scoring points and making the excitement of a football game. Tell us about what makes you successful at playing running back, Devon.
Man, playing running back is a lot of little things you have to do within a game, as far as blocking, knowing your responsibilities, and even carrying out your play fakes. All the little things matter.
Okay. And Kendall, how about that wide out?
We know, as far as playing receiver, we always got to, keep the chains moving. And far as Devon said, doing the little things, coming on third down, you expect people to pass the ball, defense expect passing the ball. So we got to keep the chains moving and keep doing the little things right.
Okay. So, this year, these guys have been some of the biggest offensive producers. And another offensive producer that we can't talk to because he's a quarterback and his first year here is the quarterback, Ladarius Skelton. So we want to ask these guys about Ladarius Skelton and what he's meant to the offense since taking over at midseason. From a running back perspective, what has it been like to play with him, and what has he meant to the offense?
Oh, man, Ladarius contributed huge to this offense. Coming in there and able to make plays with his feet is just amazing, seeing what he could do with the ball in his hands. And it takes some pressure off of me, knowing that he can run the ball, he can pull it and run, so it makes defense honest to him too.
Now, as a wide receiver, you got to have a guy who can get you the ball, Kendall, and not just get you the ball, but get you the ball in space so you can be able to create and have yards after the catch. Talk to us a little bit about his play and what it's meant for your position.
He's just a competitor as always. You see it on the field every time on Saturdays, and you never know when the play is going to end. He can do something crazy and throw the ball. You never know what to expect from him, but he's a competitive vocal, and, we're glad, he's our quarterback.
Okay. All right. Last thing I'm going to ask you guys, the Bayou Classic is this weekend. Of course, last couple of years, the G-men have had our number. This year, the Jaguar Nation is looking for you guys to put us back in the win column. We've been playing well. We've been putting up a lot of points. Devon, what do we have to do from your perspective to beat Grambling State this year?
We have to focus. Everybody has to be locked in and do their 111. Don't try to do no one else's job. Do yours. And if we play as a team, we're going to come out victorious.
All right, Kendall, what you saying about beating the Grambling Tigers in the Bayou Classic this weekend?
Just keep rolling. We're doing good as far as, on a win streak right now. We're going to keep it going. First it starts in practice, preparation. And as Devon says, always being focused every single day.
All right. Well, we appreciate the time, guys. Good luck in the Bayou Classic. I'm here with Caleb Carter, linebacker for the Jaguars, and Montavious Gaines, defensive back for the Jaguars. They've been two of the leaders on the defense this year, a defense that has shut out some people, 0 points, a defense that has really been playing great as of late. And as we go into the Bayou Classic, they're going to really need to have great games to make us come out victorious. So I want to talk to them about a couple of things. Thank you guys for coming. First thing I want to ask you guys, Caleb, as a linebacker, what has made you successful in your position this year at Southern University?
Really, doing extra film. My teammates like Julio talk to me on the field, make me understand stuff more so I could play faster.
Okay. And Montavious, yourself, defensive back. You've had a couple of interceptions, some great pass breakups. What has made you successful playing D-back in the secondary for the Jaguars?
Basically just communicating with my teammates and making sure everybody on one accord. So I'm the last line of defense, so I just try to put myself in position to make plays for my team.
Okay. Gentlemen, defense has been playing really great football after the Alcorn loss. I think you guys got about 8 or 9 sacks. You got a few turnovers, interceptions, fumbles, even a strip 6 where a guy got a fumble and took it in for a touchdown. Really, really impressive defensive football. What brought about the change after the Alcorn game that made the defense really turn up its play and really play great defense?
Well, after the loss, that just added fuel to our fire. So, we just go do extra film throughout the day, and also we just take coaching to the field every day and just get better every day, and we see the progress every day.
Montavious, teams haven't been able to really pass on you guys. You guys have been doing very good coverage in the secondary. Again, same question. What got into you guys to shut people down?
Just making sure everybody on one accord. We don't want to give up nothing cheap. So we try to defend the deep ball and keep everything in front of us.
Okay. Very good. Last question, gentlemen. Bayou Classic is this weekend, and of course, everybody's looking forward to it. Southern Grambling, it's our annual grudge match, but this year, of course, it means somebody's going to the championship like it's meant for the last couple of years. You guys have played Grambling before. Caleb, what's it going to take for us to beat Grambling defensively this year?
Just have our heads set on it. Just coming out with a mindset of that we're just going to dominate and just, just get better every day at practice so we know what they're doing. So when we get on the field, everything just a breeze.
Okay. Montavious, what do you have to say?
I just figured, everybody just need to do their 1 and 11 and everything else to fall in place. We got to take it one play at a time. We can't just look at the big picture right now. We're taking baby steps, one day at a time.
Okay. All right, guys. Appreciate the time, and good luck in the Bayou Classic.
Thank you, Ty, for that Coca-Cola player interview. Let's get ready to take a break. We'll be back with more of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums.
The biggest game of the season is here. The Saints scratch-off from the Louisiana Lottery. Play now for your chance to win up to $100,000. And the grand prize, a 2019 season ticket package. Play Saints from the Louisiana Lottery for your chance to make this your winning season.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Are you looking for some great food and to have a great time? Well, come eat, drink, play, and win at Quarters. We've got $7.99 lunch specials Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Or you can kick back after work with happy hour from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Then reverse happy hour from 9 p.m. to closing. Bowl, play laser tag and arcade games and eat some of the best food in Baton Rouge 7 days a week. Only at Quarters.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Dawson Odums. Coach, it's been the topic of the entire show. It's Bayou Classic week. The Jags haven't won a Bayou Classic in 3 years. What's going to be the speech this year as your team come in red hot and so far the division leaders in the West?
Well, it'd probably be real simple. I usually don't come up with them to right before the locker room when I see their eyes, but, probably give you a little example. About 45 years in counting, a classic descended upon the Bayou. Two great institutions, Grambling and Southern, fighting for bragging rights. There's no better place than the Superdome of New Orleans. I tell you, Jags, the mailman, gotta go to work. You'll fight with everything you got. 60 minutes and beyond. Do what you know Jags do. Give it your all. Leave no doubt who the best team on that field is. Go Jags!
Coach, well, you got me fired up, and I think you're going to have the 70,000 plus fans and attendance fired up. What do you give? You know, you had a tough 2-3 start of the season, then you come back, and this team has pulled out 4 consecutive wins. You've had Ladarius Skelton step up as quarterback. Defense playing lights out in what you said, the 3 phases, season Barajas with special teams. How beneficial and crucial is it going to be as this team tries to get this win and look forward to a SWAC championship berth?
Well, you know, I think offensively, you got to take care of the football. I think if you do that, you're going to have a chance to be successful. Quarterback play, all eyes are going to be on it. You got to play well. And probably whichever quarterback plays well is going to have the upper hand. Defensively, stop the run, get off the field on 3rd down. Special teams, we got to play lights out on special teams. They have some good returners. They're pretty good on coverage. But our special teams unit got to dominate the game. If you do that, you got a chance to be successful.
Coach Fobbs has a good ball club coming in. Alcorn has already solidified the East, 5th consecutive East Division title. I think it's amazing every year when you look at your team, it's either your team or Grambling right here fighting for this. How hard is that to have that consistency as you come to this part of the season for November to remember?
Well, it's always tough. I think it's the most difficult time of the year. The West is wild, wild West, and we got to continue to do a great job. It's about time for us to get over the hurdle. We're looking forward to the 45th Bayou Classic.
I'm looking forward to the 45th Bayou Classic, and I hope everyone at home is looking forward to the 45th Bayou Classic. And any last message for the Jaguar fans out there?
Well, you know, I think we got an opportunity to continue to be successful. And thank you all for watching. It's been a great year. We look forward to seeing you right after this next break.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette, is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Hi, I'm Coach Dawson Odums, and if you're looking for a great new or used car, Jerry Lane Chevrolet invites you to come and check them out. Whatever your taste in vehicle is, they got a great lineup to fit your style, and most importantly, your budget. Personally, they're taking care of me with this great truck. I'm a big guy, and this a big truck. It's roomy and comfortable, and it has to get up and go when I need to get up and go. So remember, whatever your taste in vehicles, come visit us at Jerry Lane Chevrolet. Go Jags!
Thank everybody for watching. See you in New Orleans. 76,000 strong.
Go Jags!